Louisiana's sugar industry depends heavily upon skilled immigrant workers every grinding and planting season. Many of those workers come here legally through the H-2B program. However, changes to that program could cost Louisiana farmers and businesses $19 million more a year just in wages. Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain is in Washington right now to stop those rules from taking effect.
When Louisiana's sugar mills start steaming up the sky, the state's economic engine is running full throttle. However, changes in the H-2B seasonal worker program could bring that engine to a halt. According to Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain, March 17th is when new H-2B wage and methodology rules take effect.
You know, it's over 400 pages, almost 500 pages in the methodology rule, and some of the key parts that make it extraordinarily difficult, if not impossible, to comply with is that, again, you have to guarantee, and I mean guarantee, 75% of the total wages time for that. So in other words, if you run out of work, you still have to pay 75%. You have to advertise now, further ahead of time, more than 30 days.
The advertisement of which Dr. Strain speaks is the posting of the seasonal job so that local skilled workers have the first shot at getting that job. Strain says that's to ensure the H-2B program does not take jobs away from Americans.
Any American can get that job first, has first right at these jobs.
The sugar industry is not the only segment of Louisiana's economy threatened by changes in the H-2B rules. The $2.4 billion a year Louisiana seafood industry would get hit hardest, according to an LSU Ag Center study, not only because of the methodology rule, but because the wage rule would increase the average wage for an H-2B worker from just above $8 an hour to more than $12 an hour.
The prevailing wage rule is going to have a direct impact to their bottom line and to the cost of seafood.
Louisiana Seafood Marketing and Promotion Board Assistant Executive Director Kristen McLaren says that LSU Ag Center study showed Louisiana seafood processors would have to spend $13.5 million more per year on wages for seasonal workers.
For a solid week, Louisiana Seafood Promotion Marketing Board walks the Hill in D.C. We meet not only with the Louisiana delegation, but the entire Gulf Coast delegation. And we spread the message of Louisiana seafood because what happens in Louisiana doesn't just impact Louisiana, it impacts the Gulf Coast and nation as a whole.
A quick look at the numbers shows that, according to Dr. Strain, in 2009, there were more than 125,000 H-2B workers in the United States. Now, there are fewer than 35,000. Strain says per capita, Louisiana uses the most H-2B workers, about 3,200 a year.
Without these seasonal jobs, we lose permanent jobs in those industries because that increase in necessary work in those seasonal times of year can't be filled.
In the seafood industry, you're talking about 29,000 jobs and 12,000 commercial fishermen, all dependent upon seasonal work getting done.
It's becoming almost impossible to get these workers in. They've made the whole process extraordinarily difficult. You have to go through 4 different state and federal agencies. It's very time-consuming and quite costly. The average employer has to spend, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 just to go through the whole application process.
So while Dr. Strain is here in Washington, he has one request.
What we're asking for is a permanent injunction against the new wage rule and against the new methodology rule. Also then that we go back and we make this a workable system.
While in the nation's capital, Dr. Strain is also pleading with Congress and the Environmental Protection Agency to stop the implementation of the Spill Prevention Control and Countermeasure Rule. That's the EPA rule that would force farmers to build levees around fuel storage tanks. Strain says what bothers him most about that rule is that EPA agents would be the ones to enforce it. Strain says that would allow EPA officials onto any farm at any time. Right now, the rule is set to go into effect on May 10th. We'll have more on this developing story next week.